Okay, what you will need is a knife. You're gonna need, of course, your aloe. One of them I had to cut in half because it was starting to like rot from the bottom, and we're not using that if it's rotting, right? Right. So next, once I'm done talking here, I have to do a voiceover because um, yeah, it was just too much noise in my background. You'll need a spray bottle. You'll need a sieve to strain your aloe juice. And I don't show it here, but you will need, well, that's essential oil. You'll need an essential oil. That's not mandatory, and you also need a bowl. So what I'm doing now is I am cutting up my aloe. So what I do, I chop the aloe going across, right? So I chop it in sections, and you'll see that end there. I do not use all of the end, but I do scoop out the jelly. I scoop out that inside and put it in with my aloe juice. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just chop the sides off because they're really prickly. They can stick you, and they actually make your hands itch if you don't be careful. So I just slide off the sides, and then it should look something like that. And then I am going to just slice off the skin on both sides. Be very careful when you do this because aloe is super slippery and it's very possible to cut yourself. I've cut myself before. So I'm going to take the sides off there, and I'm going to put the skin aside because we are going to scrape all of that juice, all the slime from the aloe. We're going to scrape that into our mixture as well. So we're just going to put the skin aside. Here I'm just showing that it's probably best to cut the skin off in sections, just to ensure you're not cutting chunks of the aloe away or cutting your hand. So I cut it in sections, like just basically peel it that way. And now I am going to, so that's basically what we're left with, right? So now I'm going to go ahead and chop up that piece. Well, first I'm going to scrape off the skin into the bowl. See, I'm just scraping off the slime and any excess meat, I guess, if you want to call it meat. Scraping that into our bowl. And the skin is really good to keep as like you can freeze the skin, which I do, and I put it on my face as a mask. Use it on your face, use it on your skin. If you have eczema, it's really good for eczema. You put it on your skin, you let it dry, and then you rinse it off. So here I'm just speeding up, showing you how to peel that aloe again, just as like some reassurance. Again, waste not, want not. We keep every single part of that plant, and everything that you keep, you can freeze, and then you can thaw it out and use it later. So keep the skin, man. The skin is beneficial. Also, you can use the aloe and boil it and use it as a detox. That also is really good for your body. And that slime that's on my hands, I'm keeping that slime. So this is what's left back. This is what we end up with once we chop up all of that aloe. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go in with my hands and I'm gonna squish those chunks in the bowl just to kind of get the slime out, release more of the slime, because the slime is definitely what we need to make it liquidy. So I'm just going to squeeze out all of those chunky, like meaty sections and kind of make them smaller sections. If you're squeamish, this is going to make you uncomfortable. Just a heads up. So now what I'm doing, pouring those chunks, that mixture, into my NutriBullet, and I'm going to blend it up for not long, like for 10 seconds. You'll see it once it's blended. It'll get real frothy. And then I am going to, once that's blended, I don't know what I'm saying here. I am going to then use my sieve and pour the mixture into my sieve over a bowl. So the point of this is to get the chunks out. We're going to do this 3 more times, but we want to start with this, and we're going to take a spoon. You're basically going to push the liquid through the sieve while keeping all of the chunks in the sieve. We don't want the chunks because we don't want it to sit in our hair. So we're going to repeat the process again. As you can see, it's already like liquidy, which is what we want because we're using this as a spray and we're not washing it out. So we don't want anything chunky in our hair. So we're going to repeat that. Same thing. We're going to pour it in our sieve. And each time you pour it in your sieve, you should have less and less residue. And the mixture should get thinner and thinner and thinner, almost to the consistency of water. Okay, you see it's less residue than we had before. We're going to repeat this process one more time. And I think it helps that I'm using a NutriBullet and not a blender, because a NutriBullet is made for like smoothies and stuff. So the chopping is real good in there. Okay, one last time, we're running it through our sieve. At this point, I got real lazy because I still had a little bit of residue in the sieve, but I was not about to do it again. So yeah, you just pretty much get what you get. I mean, it's not the end of the world if you have a little bit of residue. Now you just want to check and make sure there aren't any chunks in the liquid, just to do like a quality check. So now I have my spray bottle. I would recommend to use a better spray bottle than this, but this is all I had at the moment. So I made an essential oil blend with a base of like grapeseed oil, eucalyptus, lavender, a bunch of just natural oils. So I'm just going to put a few drops of that into my spray bottle. It really makes this mixture smell really good. And essential oils are just naturally good for your hair. So here I just added I filled the bottle almost halfway with water. And then I'm going to fill the rest with that aloe juice. Whatever you don't use, you want to make sure you freeze of this mixture. You can freeze it for however long you want. It lasts forever if you freeze it. So this is how the finished mixture should look. And I use this twice a week on my hair. So thank you so much for watching. See you later.